When Raymond brought his fiancée, Cristel, to his parents' house for the first time, he was brimming with excitement, eager to share his plans to get married and hopeful for their approval. Little did he know what awaited him. "Dad, Mom, meet my fiancée, Cristel. We're tying the knot in 2 weeks," Raymond announced, introducing Cristel to his parents. To his surprise, his parents couldn't fathom the idea of their son marrying a black girl. "Good evening, my name is Cristel. Raymond has told me so much about you, and I'm glad to finally meet you," Cristel said, reaching out for a handshake. "You expect me to shake those filthy hands of yours?" "I'm sure not," Raymond's mom, Bella, retorted with a disdainful look. Mr. Samuel, Raymond's dad, shifted the conversation, asking Cristel about her parents' occupations. "Well, my parents are both retired, and they run a small coffee shop," Cristel shared with Raymond's dad, who seemed to be shaking his head in disappointment. "So, Raymond, because of this girl, you refused to marry Alice, the one we chose for you," his father stated with a stern tone. "Do you even understand what it means to marry Alice? Do you comprehend the business connections we could establish due to your marriage to her? Instead, you bring this person here, lacking a wealthy background," Raymond's dad said, walking out on his son. "Your dad and I are extremely disappointed in you. Wherever you found this person, return her because you're not in the same class. She's a lowlife and a gold digger. No wonder you've been avoiding introducing her to us. You knew we wouldn't approve of this marriage," Raymond's mom stated, also walking out on them. "Hey, babe, I don't think this is a good time. Maybe I should leave. It seems your parents don't want us to get married," Cristel suggested, picking up her bag to depart. However, Raymond stopped her. "You can't leave. We just got here. You know what? I'm going to take you to my room, and I'll have a talk with my parents. I'm sure they'll come around. They love you," Raymond reassured Cristel, gently touching her hair to comfort her. "Mom, Dad, we need to talk." Raymond knocked on his parents' door before entering their room. "What brings you here, son? Is she finally gone?" his mom asked. "No, Mom, she's in my room and feels sober for what you and Dad said to her." "Oh, that's just the beginning," his mom replied. "I'm disappointed in both of you. I thought you loved me. Why all this?" Raymond said, feeling frustrated as he paced around the room. "Mom, listen, I've known Cristel for more than 3 years. She's a really nice girl, and her parents are loving people. Though they may not be rich, they are very accommodating. I've dated a few rich girls in the past, and their character isn't what I'm looking for in a wife. After searching for so long, I finally found Cristel. She's everything I want in a woman, and I really want to spend the rest of my life with her. We are deeply in love with each other," Raymond explained with a strong tone, hoping to make his parents see the reason why he wants to marry Cristel. "But, son, can't you see she's black? What will people say about this? Do you want to tarnish our reputation? Alice is the right one for you. Can't you see how gorgeous she looks, her rich status?" his mom said, trying to convince him. "Mom, I'm old enough to make decisions for myself. It's Cristel or no one else," Raymond asserted, his eyes fixed on his parents. His mom returned to the bed where Raymond's dad was engrossed in reading the newspaper, whispering something into her husband's ears. A few minutes later, she conveyed this message to Raymond. "Okay, fine, you can marry her. We want your happiness, son. If getting married to Cristel will bring you peace and happiness, then we are totally in support of the marriage," Raymond's mom said. Raymond couldn't believe what he just heard from his parents' mouth. "Really? You have finally accepted her just like that?" Raymond asked in excitement. "Of course, my son. You're our only son, and we want the best for you," his mom assured. "Thanks, Mom and Dad, for finally seeing reason with me to marry Cristel. I really appreciate this," Raymond expressed as he hugged his parents tightly before leaving the room. Raymond hurried back to his room and shared with his fiancée what his parents had just said. She was thrilled and hugged him for convincing his parents. During dinner, while they were eating, Raymond's parents apologized for their earlier behavior and asked Cristel to forgive them. "You're like my parents. I hold nothing against you," Cristel assured Raymond's parents. "Thanks, dear. We will make sure you both have a big wedding because important personalities will be attending," Raymond's mom promised. "Thanks, I will really appreciate it," Cristel said. As they finished dinner, Cristel took the plates to the kitchen to help the cook wash the dishes. However, a few minutes later, Raymond's mom entered the kitchen and ordered the cook to leave, wanting a one-on-one conversation with Cristel. "Hey, black girl, let me tell you something you don't know. I don't like you, and I will make sure you will never marry my son. Read my lips very well. You will never get married to my son," Raymond's mom declared to a dumbfounded Cristel. She couldn't understand what had just happened. Just a few hours ago, this woman had been nice to her and asking for forgiveness. So, what was the sudden change? Cristel thought to herself. Cristel couldn't sleep well that night as she pondered what Raymond's mom meant by that. But she didn't tell Raymond about it. The next day, Raymond left his parents' house with his fiancée back to the hotel where they were staying. "Please don't hesitate to call me if you need any help with the wedding preparations," Raymond said, giving his parents a hug before heading back to his hotel. Little did he know that he was being followed. His mother had followed him back to the hotel to know exactly where he lodged. A week before the wedding, Raymond's dad urgently called him for a business conversation regarding the company. A few minutes later, Raymond left the hotel, leaving his fiancée alone in the room, heading straight to his parents' house. Cristel was on the phone with the event planner when she heard a knock on the door. As she opened the door, she was surprised when the waiter served her a meal she didn't order. "Hi, I'm asked to bring this food to you," the waiter said as he made his way to the table and gently placed the food. "It's a special treat from your husband," he added with a smiling face. "Oh, this is lovely. The food smells so good." "Thanks," Cristel expressed to the waiter as she watched him leave the room. 2 hours later, Raymond's mom sent him a text to meet her up in a nearby restaurant, mentioning that she had something important to tell him. When Raymond got to the restaurant, his mother brought out something from her bag and gave it to him. "When I told you that your fiancé is a gold digger, you wouldn't believe me. Here's the proof. This is your soon-to-be wife, almost naked with a man on the bed," Raymond's mom said as she handed over the pictures of Cristel and a strange man on the same bed at the hotel. "Oh my goodness, could this be true? How could Cristel do this to me? I'm really disappointed," Raymond said in tears. "I thought she loved me. I should head back to the hotel to know why she did this to me. I'm coming with you as well," Raymond's mom said as she grabbed her bag to follow her son back to the hotel to confront Cristel. Upon arriving at his hotel room, he was shocked to find Cristel still asleep. "Hey, wake up, you cheater," Raymond said as he tapped Cristel several times. Cristel was startled to see herself half naked. "Oh my goodness, what happened? Why am I half naked?" she asked, but there was no answer. "I think this will answer your questions," Raymond said as he handed her the pictures to see for herself. "No, it can't be. I didn't do it. I am being framed. I swear," Cristel said, pleading on her knees. "Then who's this guy in the picture?" Raymond asked. Cristel tried to recollect for a few minutes before speaking. "I think I remember. I have met him once. I can't deal with this again. I'm done with this marriage. Have a good life," Raymond said as he packed his belongings, leaving the room. "Wait, it's not what you think. I can explain." "Please, hold on a moment," Cristel pleaded. But Raymond turned a deaf ear as he walked out of the room. Cristel bent down and started crying. Raymond's mom said to her, "I told you you will never marry my son. You're indeed a gold digger, already sleeping with different men, even a waiter. You must be ashamed of yourself," Raymond's mom said with a triumphant look on her face, as her plan had successfully succeeded to get rid of Cristel. "Wait a bit, how did you know he's a waiter?" Cristel asked, curious. But Raymond's mom hurriedly rushed out of the room, leaving Cristel puzzled. Feeling disappointed, Cristel had been calling her fiancé Raymond for several hours, but there was no answer. She decided to search for the waiter as he was the last person she saw. However, it was hard to find him. As she prepared to leave the hotel room, someone knocked on the door. Assuming it was Raymond, she hurriedly opened the door without checking, only to be disappointed to find the hotel housekeeper. When the hotel housekeeper entered the room to clean, she noticed different pictures on the floor and decided to pick them up. To her surprise, she recognized the man in the photos. "Excuse me, ma. Please, sorry for asking the question, but I would like to know what exactly you're doing with this man in these pictures. I wish I had a better explanation. My fiancé just broke up with me and called off the wedding because of these pictures. This man brought in food and drinks that I didn't order. He said it was from my fiancé. After finishing my meal, I woke up when my fiancé came in to confront me. I've been walking around this hotel to find him, but it's hard," Cristel explained. "Do you know him?" Cristel asked. "Yes, I do. He's my boyfriend, and we have been dating for a year. I can't believe he would do something like this. Let me give him a call to come meet us here," the waiter said. "Hey babe, can you meet me in room 432? I made a serious mess in the bathroom." "Okay, sure. Give me a minute," the waiter replied. A few minutes later, the waiter entered the room but was shocked to see his girlfriend and Cristel. He tried to run, but his girlfriend threatened to expose him if he did. "Hi, Cristel," he said. "Please, I would like to know what exactly happened to me and why we are on the same bed almost half naked." The waiter paused for a while and said, "I'm really sorry. I had to do it because of the money she was willing to pay, $55,000, just to get the job done, and I really needed the money." "Who is this referring to? I didn't know her very well. Here's her name on the receipt transaction she sent to me," the waiter said as he handed over his phone for Cristel to see the name. "The name does ring a bell," she said. Cristel rushed to her bag and brought her phone, showing him a picture of Raymond's mom. "Yes, she's the one who paid me $5,000 to put a sleeping tablet in your drink and get a picture of us together. I'm really sorry to break your relationship. I did it for the money. Nothing happened between us. I can't believe my fiancé's mother, Bella, could do something like this. No wonder she questioned me about what I was doing with a waiter. Now I understand everything. How could she hate me so much and try to ruin my relationship all because I'm black?" Cristel said as she started crying. "I would like you to make a short video and explain everything that happened," Cristel requested. The waiter reluctantly agreed. Cristel recorded him and sent the video along with the receipt of the payment sent to his account by his mother to her fiancé. When Raymond received a notification from his fiancée, he was still angry at her but decided to see what the message was about. After watching the video, he was dumbfounded and hurried back to the hotel to pick up his girlfriend. A few minutes later, he reached the hotel room and hugged Cristel. "I'm really sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for not trusting you. Please forgive me," Raymond apologized. "It's okay. I have forgiven you," Cristel said as she kissed Raymond. He also helped her pack her remaining luggage as they left the hotel room. Before leaving, he reported the case to the hotel manager and showed him the video as proof. Raymond and Cristel took some days off work to spend quality time together and ensure everything about the wedding was getting ready. As the day was almost near, 3 days before the wedding, Raymond visited his parents' house. "Why didn't you tell us you would be coming to visit us today?" his mother asked. "I have something special for you both." "That's lovely to hear," his parents said as they sat on the couch, eager to listen to what Raymond had to say. "Mom, why did you hate me this much? What has my fiancé done to deserve such treatment from you? You think I wouldn't find out? I am confused. What exactly are you talking about?" his mom asked. "Do you suddenly have amnesia, Mom?" "Well, here's a quick reminder," Raymond said as he opened the video of the waiter's confession, admitting that Bella was responsible for everything. He also showed her the receipt of the $5,000 she sent to his account. Bella was speechless for a while. "It was all your mother's idea, son," his dad said. "I just wanted you to marry Alice because of how influential and well-connected her parents are. Hearing your mother's plans made me reconsider helping her carry out her plans, which is getting married to Alice after Cristel is no longer in the picture. That day, I called you so you can leave the hotel while your mom carries out her plans. We are really sorry for causing you and your fiancé so much pain." As he was speaking, Cristel walked into the house. When Bella saw her, she immediately rushed and held her hands, asking her to forgive her, but she didn't reply. Let go of her hands. "We are getting married in 3 days, and both of you are no longer invited. This may be the last time you will see me. Don't ever call me. You're not fit to be called my parents," Raymond said, his eyes swollen with tears, as they both left the house back to the car parked outside. Cristel had a talk with her fiancé. "I know this hurts so much, but they're still your parents. You can't cut them out on your special day. They have been there for you from day one. They may not fully like me now, but with time, I'm pretty sure they will get to know me better. I'm going to be nice to them and give them time to come around. They're like my own parents. I want us to go in there and ask them to come to our wedding. We need their blessings," Cristel said to Raymond, hoping she could convince him. "You're the best thing that has happened in my life. I will forever love you. I'm doing this for you. Let's go back in." As Raymond and Cristel headed back to his parents' house, they were shocked to see him back. "We have forgiven you, and you can come to our wedding. You should be grateful to Cristel, who changed my mind towards you," Raymond said to his parents. "Really?" his mom said as she rushed and hugged Cristel and apologized to her. "I'm really sorry, Cristel. Can we start anew?" "Sure. I would be so glad, mother-in-law," Cristel said as they both hugged tightly. Ray's dad also apologized to Cristel, and they all gave a big hug. Raymond and Cristel's wedding day arrived, a celebration of love and forgiveness. As for the waiter, he lost both his job and his relationship. He learned a big lesson of his life.